Pushes, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul, when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah. Welcome to the Postgame show. And honestly, guys, I don't know what y'all want me to do tonight. I know people watch Tyler Herro play basketball tonight and expect me to come in here and go on some kind of tirade. But I'm just not feeling it. Like, I feel nothing. I'm sorry. I was at this place in the last game of the season, like right before the play-in, or like after they lost the first play-in game too. I feel nothing. Like I can't make up or generate kind of like this fake anger for Tyler Herro tonight. I can't generate even fake praise for Bam Adebayo tonight. Like I can, but it just don't feel like it's worth shit tonight. So like we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into the game tonight. We're gonna get into kind of like some of the general themes, maybe from this season, maybe from Twitter. Who knows what this conversation could lead into? But this game, like, I hope so. But this game, it was just, it put in our face what we've already known to be the truth about this team. Like, we do not have enough. Okay, so I am only part of the contingent that will be offering my opinion tonight. I'm royalashepherd. I am joined today by my boy Alex Sheltman. Sheltman, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm glad we have hopefully only 48 more minutes of basketball this season. I know a lot of people will disagree with that sentiment, but I am ready to move forward. I don't want to see this roster play anymore. Like, no more. Just end it now. Give me something for the pain and let me die type shit.
Those sentiments are being echoed throughout the comments section about people just like, this is a slow march to our death. They'd rather it be the end of the march next. But y'all know that is not how the Miami Heat operate. They will win game 5 for no reason at all but to get smoked in game 6. Ricky J. Mark, Kane, champion of the Kane game, pulling up one time for the one time. Kane, Ricky, how are you doing today?
Well, two things come to mind. For starters, you can't win in 7 unless you first go down 3-1. Secondly, that's been the narrative from the very beginning of this series. It's always been Heat in 7 because, like I've said, the Miami Heat are going to win the NBA championship. And if you disagree, you support genocide, you hate children, and you're a racist. So that's racist, one thing.
Speaking of racist, one of your colleagues is in the chat, so you can go ahead and read.
I want to give a shout out to Nick.
First of all, we're not shouting him out. I just said you can read this shit. Like, yeah, we not shouting you out, brother. $199 in money going to me. Ayo. That's the end of that. I've shown this comment for long enough. Want to thank Mendel's Easement for the 313. Don't know. Ricky, I'm not going to do you like that and leave you on the bottom now. I was thinking about it, though. He said Heat lost, but Bam hits a 3 and Bam overs hit. So that means you won some money. We appreciate you for sharing it with the game. My guy, Dumb Awful was in the live YouTube comments as we were doing playback, which was also live here on the YouTube channel. Donated some change over there. So we appreciate you again for coming to the post-game show. Donating the $5. He said, I remember rooting for Bimbo Coles in 1990, thinking the Miami Heat offense could not possibly look worse. I was naive. We have all been fooled into thinking that we've seen the worst version of the Miami Heat. To think this is the worst version that we have seen. Real Hoop Talk is in the building. What's going on, Stone?
Man, oh man. I can't believe what I'm witnessing here. I mean, I can believe it, but it's like, it's so nasty. People are mad. I don't know how you let this team affect your mood, affect your mental. And I will say one thing. If Jeff Van Gundy is on the call for Stan Van Gundy, apologies. If Stan Van Gundy is on the call for one of your games, the NBA has quit on your team and it is going to be fixed. He gets the worst games.
We just needed that motherfucker Scott Foster to if you get Scott Foster and the Stan Van Gundy combination going on,
it's over.
Adam Silver has it out. Adam Silver has
Doris Burke is the cherry on top of that shit sundae.
I love Doris Burke.
Brother, she is horrific at her job.
Not for her commentary, Ricky. At least you can admit that.
Brother, stop that. From Brady Hawk, somebody posted one of his stats. He said field goals 35 for 86. Celtics field goals 36 for 86. That can't be real. But it definitely is. They shot the same from the floor and got their teeth kicked in. We're going to start with you tonight, Shelton. Just give me your thoughts on the game.
I knew this game was over and that they don't give a shit about this season when Peyton Pritchard and all the 6'1" neo-Nazi that he is was able to get an offensive rebound through 4 guys in the lane. That was it for me. Like I knew that they don't care about playing basketball tonight. Pretty much confirmed that 3 minutes later when Derek White decided to shoot 7 of 8 from 3 in a 6-minute span. And the game was over from there. I mean, I had it on in the background after halftime, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. They went on the little fake run at the end. Bam gets a bullshit technical that will probably be rescinded after they review it. But who cares? None of that.
He deserved it.
I don't think it'll be a flagrant. I think they'll rescind it personally. I could be wrong, but I think they will rescind it.
D'Angelo Russell got hit in the fucking face and they did not call it.
Yes, but that's a bit different than what Bam did tonight. Like, we can all, I don't know if we can all agree, but like some people will agree that it wasn't, that play felt like a little bit beneath what Bam has kind of become as a person and as a player in this NBA. Like, you didn't have to do that.
I thought it was a little bit of a sell job, but maybe I'm biased. Fuck the Celtics, of course.
Yes.
But I mean, the game was over at the half. Like, let's be real. Like, that flagrant sucked the air out of the room. No diddy. Any little run that they were going on at that point immediately stopped as soon as the flagrant occurred.
It sucked the air
out of the room.
Okay. We got it.
Thank you.
Ew.
That ends my hang on, I gotta let Stone.
Thank you, Stone. Stone got a legal pad out here.
Yeah.
This is the type of energy that we need. We need to make sure that we're holding everybody accountable for the things that they say on this network. Jess coming in with the guts, Heat and 7. Who are we to argue with you, brother? Like, who are we?
She gets it.
She do.
She knows.
Stone, want to hear your thoughts on the game tonight, bro.
My thoughts. Jaime Jaquez, G Leaguer. Caleb Martin, YMCA basketball player. Kevin Love, retirement. Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith, Walmart employee. Patty Mills, back to Australia, buddy. Go develop those U18s in Australia. It's time for you to go. And Delon Wright, 31 other teams wouldn't sign you. It stunk. These guys stink the whole season. Just nasty. No, not at all.
Not possible anymore.
We literally lost the third game of the series tonight.
We can't score points. It is unbelievable. They scored 12 points in a quarter back-to-back nights. There's no adjustments being made. It is, please just fucking find a way to get the ball in the hoop. Haywood Highsmith's out there trying to literally punch the basketball into the net. It is disgusting hoops, and I can't wait for it to end. 6 years.
That's a more reasonable timeline.
that makes
Still doubt
that
it.
makes it blow this shit up. Hey, bro, for real, dog. Like I feel you. Want to thank Corbs with the $10 dono. Corbs say real hoopers notice good offensive players don't need to dribble that much to get their shot off. Tyler was literally dribbling out of the shot clock tonight. Listen, brother, Carmelo Anthony could score in a phone booth. One dribble, no dribbles. Like, he could do it. Like, I get it, bro. Like, Tyler Herro, I'm not going to say he's not a good offensive player. He's a good offensive player. But that needs to be, like, within the context of, like, what the NBA is. Like, a league that lends itself towards more offensively minded players.
Stop lying. He is a terrible offensive player.
He's not a terrible
you are stretching this.
Bro, he's not.
No Diddy.
Listen, brother, but hold on, stretching this. Don't worry, we got you, King. We're making sure that people are being held accountable. Tyler Herro is a good offensive player, bro. He's just like, I don't think he's the caliber of offensive player that everybody else wants him to be. Like, he's a better offensive player than Haywood Highsmith. He's a better offensive player than Caleb Martin.
I can't even discern the difference at this point. It's just bad shots coming from everywhere.
It don't feel like it anymore. Somebody with the $2 dono, Pat gonna be, we were injured, we're running it back. Brother, we all know this. Shaq's with the $9.99 dono said, too many luggages are ready to pack these boys post next game. Brother, we are not, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like packing up the whole team at this point, I don't know. It feels like old, dog. I don't know what to say to you, bro. Like,
keep donating. We'll ship them out express tomorrow. Keep donating. First flight.
Some people on this network still have the vigor to do such things. Like, I'm limp right now, bro. Like, I'm flaccid. Like, in terms of this team, brother, like, I can't get it up no more, bro. Huh? Cialis, Blue Chews, X pills. I need it all, brother. Like, I can't get it up. They don't move me. So yes, like, this shit here it's fucking crazy. Dan the Films it. My wife, I love her so very much because she said something to me about you. She said you kind of look like Dan Rue. And I don't know if I agree, but now every time I see your name, I want to say, Daniel's son. That's the one. I say, Dan is the man with the plan to get you. Yeah, Daniel, baby, with the $5 dono. He said, shout out to the Florida Panthers for doing this job and winning. Just like James Pugh, they are very consistent and reliable. Yes, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you know you hit up our guy, James Pugh, for insurance.
3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. Don't complicate insurance, I can't wait. Do you need the extra do so? Call James Pugh at Simple Health Advisors. He is not a liar, so pick up the phone and call Simple Health Advisors.
Hey, bro, just because of that little jig, I don't even remember the man phone number. Not fine. Yeah, somebody in the comments said that this team is giving me erectile dysfunction.
I mean, you did say you were flaccid, so.
What is that commenter's name? I need to write this down.
Hold on, I will find him. Or
Champagne pipi.
They them. I don't know what they are, and I don't feel like looking anymore because I got another dono that I'm supposed to read. The boy Justin that finally showed up to work. Thank the Lord, he's not gonna do nothing back there because the show gonna be over soon. But Dumb Awful again with the $5 dono. He said, I looked up Caleb Martin's stats in 2K and it said, who gives a shit? I agree. James Pugh would never scam you, but in order to find that out for yourself, you have to make sure you give my dude a call. Some of y'all don't even know that y'all need insurance. And even if you don't think you need it, give my man a call. And
give him a call at 321-345-7738. That will be James Pugh. Let me put this ad up real quick.
No, you did the ad already.
Complicated. Email them. I don't give a fuck.
Let him
email them
on.
and give him a call at 321-345-7738. Since we're
He's ready.
Disrespectful. All right, you can go ahead and continue.
Shout out to Justin for doing. Hey, bro, this Justin show. I said this last time. This is Justin's show. I just participate on it. He controls what be happening in the show. All right. Yeah.
I need to correct one thing I said. I said Caleb Martin back to the Y. Caleb Martin, ni hao.
Okay, thank you. I was hoping more Shangri-La. I'm thinking that's more of like the speed of what they need to be. Justin, they say check your DMs, bro. Yeah, let's Ricky, I don't think we ever got to you and your thoughts on the entire game, and we're 16 minutes into the show. Ricky, just give me your thoughts on the game in its totality.
Heat in 7. But you want a poem or something? Like,
No. You could. I felt like that bar was so, it needed to sit. It needed to fester. Let the people digest that, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it can go over the head if we just move right past it. But when you say it like that, sometimes it just needs to sit in the air. And I think a few people starting to come. Yes, sir, Ricky. They realize the real. I don't care to talk about individual players particularly, but I'll let you guys decide if you want to do that. Ricky, was there any player? Never talk about Nico. Ricky J.
just another night of me being proud of my son. I think it's a fantastic. I think it's a fantastic turn of events where, in some of the biggest games of the season, you see a rail thin European athlete step up his game and contribute in a great way. Now, whether or not the others want to step up to the plate and join him in the sun, that's not Nico. That's not Nico's business. It's up to them to decide to hit shots and play like a competent NBA player. Unfortunately, they didn't. And come this time next year, we're going to be looking at, quite frankly, the modern day Tony Kukoc. He's going to be wonderful. He's going to lead the Miami Heat to the promised land. And when we repeat next year, you'll remember this day.
Thank you very much, Ricky. He corrected it with another $2 donut, but he meant to say, Ricky, does Caleb need to play for the Guangdong Negroes?
Konnichiwa, play my theme music.
Okay.
Oh.
Konnichiwa.
Shingang Finals. Thank you.
一支后卫，身高6尺10，身披10号战袍，本西蒙斯 ，Number 10，
But yes, I think Caleb Martin does need to play. Not for Miami. I think that's over with.
Well, Miami squandered their chance at getting some sort of value for him, because if I understand this correctly, he has a player option this summer.
Yeah.
So he's going to opt out of that and get buku bucks from some from some other trash team somewhere that's actually willing to pay him, or Pat Riley. Okay, so for starters, we don't need him. We don't need him. Did you see yesterday? We don't need him. Okay, we don't.
What did we see yesterday? Nobody watched that fucking game, Ricky J. Mark. Who wants to see cheating ass Joel Embiid play one of the Oompa Loompas? Did you have anybody that you wanted to talk about in particular from this game, Shelton?
Just the whole fucking team, honestly. Like, as a whole. Tyler didn't have the greatest game, but tonight I honestly didn't think like he was the noteworthy standout of pile of shit on the court. So
Haters.
Him and Bam combined to shoot 19 of 39, which was 49% from the field. The rest of the team was 16 of 44, which is 36%. Everyone sucked, like terribly. And the biggest standout to me was Caleb Martin, obviously. I don't want him playing in China either. He should be on the front lines of some war-torn country fighting for their independence. He's not good at basketball. Like, you shot 4 of 16 or some shit, and you got your face fried off by Derek White, who eats concrete for breakfast. Like, get off my team. And they had the opportunity to trade this guy after an Eastern Conference Finals MVP snub last year in the offseason, but they didn't. And now they're going to lose him for nothing. He is the epitome, the poster child of this year. He failed asset management. Harry is having a fucking mental conniption right now, thinking about Caleb Martin not being traded for 4 second rounders in the offseason when he could have been traded for that, and now he's going to opt out, and the Raptors are going to pay him $40 million a year just to get the salary floor. Like,
don't discuss my GOAT in these type of conversations.
I was not really much of a Caleb hater this year. I thought he was up and down, but when he was good, he was cool, and when he was bad, he was not the worst player on the court, so he was ignorable. But my God, he had one good game, and he's been shit since.
Yeah. Harry is stuck in a time of, like, Harry's in hell. Let me be perfectly honest with y'all. Like, a hell of, like, I told you motherfuckers what to do. And it's so obvious now. D-Wade greater than J. Cole? Debatable. We're going to have, let's start a dialogue. You mentioned something that we have taken a very long time to get to, and Derek White almost scored 40 points. Why, bro?
Here we go.
But Derek White had almost 40 today. Stone, why?
Because this team stinks. He has no respect for anyone on the court. He literally thought he was at the YMCA because we have YMCA players out there. The player I would specifically like to focus on tonight is Jaime Jaquez Jr. I was sold on him as a draft pick, people told me, because he had Final Four experience, because he was a seasoned college player coming out. Well, in these playoffs, he has stunk. I don't want him on my team. He doesn't look like more than a G Leaguer to me. If you have the opportunity to trade him for anything this summer and don't, you are stupid. He's just not it. He plays basketball with his head down, and those 3-pointers, I mean, they sound like gunshots. Like, he does not hit a thing from 3. It is nasty, and I'm done watching him.
You saw a little bit of it tonight. Like, they left him wide ass open. Like,
they said, "We dare you."
Yeah, like it's just not a thing. James Lowry with the $4.99 don't know. Appreciate you, gang. He said the team obviously has overachieved, and I think the front office is blinded by that. What moves would you guys like to see this offseason? Any moves that give me a different team to watch. Like, I'm under. So I think this kind of ties into kind of like the conversations that's been happening on Twitter all day. But I think that Miami has kind of waited so long that they've missed the boat on being able to make this build an actual contender, and also kind of missed the boat on being able to build a contender for after this. Like, you don't have, like, Jimmy Butler is the piece that you would have used to kind of set yourself up for the best positioning for a future build, but you have not move Jimmy Butler, and you're at the point now where you're probably going to have to re-sign him. And when you re-sign him for $50 million, you're not going to be able to put it.
What's going on?
That was supposed to be Jaime Jaquez.
You know, that Royal, that actually reminds me of something. But
go ahead, bro.
You know, for many of our viewers are probably very familiar with the legendary theatrical experience known as Avengers Endgame, and how the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there were some losses, but it ended on the Infinity Saga, relatively speaking, ended on a very high emotional note that tied up a lot of loose ends. Write that down. And
tell me, brother.
Oh no, I wasn't. Now, the unfortunate thing about that is, quite frankly, you could make the case that the MCU had the equivalent of a 3-1 lead heading into the fourth quarter, up 15 points. But they fumbled the bag in phase 4, 4.5, 5, whatever, right? Now, but at what cost, Mr. Perez? But at what cost? See,
hey, brother,
we're leaving here.
He
we're
told us real quick. Sebastian Perez did say that he would be here, win, lose, or draw after this game. True to his word, he is back out, brother.
Congratulations, you beat the 8th seed that barely want to play in. But anyways, back to my more important point, commenter. Yeah. They had a chance to integrate the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, or at the very least plant some seeds, so that way we'd be excited about what's to come in the MCU. But pandemic aside, they fumbled the following 2 phases.
They went with Eternals instead. Ugh.
That's another discussion. But they fumbled badly, and as a result, the MCU is in disarray. And this was before all the stuff with Kang happened. The Miami Heat had that moment in 2020. They had that moment again in 2022. They had that moment a third time. You normally don't get chances like this where you can sell high. In 2023, just last year, when they were, 3 wins away from an NBA title, and they did nothing. They didn't run. They basically just ran it back thinking, let's just stick with the same formula, even though the game has changed. Now here we are, 1 game away from elimination. We're winning the title, but that's besides my point. 1 game away from elimination, and look around.
But Ricky,
we thought we could survive on reputation and vibes, and now we are just.
Well, to that point, though, Ricky, like they knew that they couldn't. Otherwise, there's no Dame Lillard like pursuit or disappointment if they thought that they could realistically bring this same roster back and repeat the same success. They knew that they couldn't, and I don't feel like it's a fact. They made the choice to go all in on Dame, and after that, have no contingency plan whatsoever for how they would move this roster. What's up, Sheldon?
Did they go all in on Dame, or did they set themselves at a price ceiling that they stopped at, and they didn't eclipse that ceiling that would have been what Ricky is referencing, where they should have gone all in? I feel like they handcuffed themselves intentionally so they could say, well, we tried.
So, Shelton, I got you, right? So here's the thing. They had the chance to begin pre-production and casting on the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and all those other guys, like the more familiar Marvel properties, right? Yeah. They had that chance, but you didn't hear anything about it. You heard rumblings, you heard all that, and nothing but love to Shang-Chi. That was solid. Some of the best on-screen combat I've seen in a superhero comic book film in a while, right? But the thing is, they had a chance to, at the very least, lay the groundwork so that way us watching could see, oh, okay, cool, yeah, let's see what's going on. But y'all remember all those end credits and post-credit scenes, right? Where it was a bunch of different things, huh?
I don't want to cut the analogy off because I think it's good, but I think we're going a little bit too deep in. This feels more like a Struggle Mills analogy. If you guys don't know what Struggle Mills is, make sure you check that out. That is where we talk about anime and cartoons and all that type of stuff. Something new that we're trying. Come on, brother. You see, I catch them all, like Ash Ketchum, brother. But look,
You
like
catch it.
that's what we kind of that's what we kind of talk. That's where we kind of talk about that stuff. I want to shift this conversation more back to like the basketball because I know everybody doesn't get the Marvel references or whatever. But yes, to that end, like Miami had the opportunity to fortify a build that they had started or improve on a build like several times over. And again, like they've chosen to try and straddle the fence. Like they've tried to make sure that they haven't been able to go too far in any one direction where they don't want to sell off young pieces to contend now, and they don't want to sell off old pieces to go into a full rebuild. And so now you get kind of this same product a couple years in a row. And I think the fan base in general has just kind of like lost its way in terms of like how they evaluate it. So yeah, like I really don't have shit to talk about in this game. I really don't know what we can do in terms of giving people hope for next game. I know Ricky says that we are going to win this series and eventually win the title. And while I would love to believe him because he never lies, I can't walk there with you, brother. I feel like Miami. I want to say that they lose the next game, but this feels like a game that Miami just wins for the fuck of it. Like only to lose game 6. Like Miami feels like they win this game in Boston, right? And then you lose game 6 on your home floor, which Miami has lost, I think, his last 6 home playoff games. By the way, for those of you who are keeping count, I'm not. I'm just saying just to get your word. Nasty Man with the $10 dono. He said, internal development, Tyler, think bigger. We have enough. Find the guts. This is where we want it. We love being the hunters, LMAO. I think that speaks to the narratives of the fan base. So let's get to that a little bit because Twitter was annoying me just a tad. Mr. Untouchable Nikola Jovic had 3 points and didn't play in the fourth. If even Spo don't trust him, why should we?
Shut your face. That's why.
Because he has star potential. Like of all these narratives, let's get into it a little bit. Like which one pissed you off the most? Which one got like on your nerves so far? Like you can do whether the whole season or this playoff. Sheltman, you probably have the most of them, but let's pick like your top 2 or 3 if you're going to give them a list of multiple or just one would do, but however you see fit. Like what's the most annoying thing that's being said around this team?
There's 2. I'll pick the polite one because the other one
correct.
Maybe another stream.
We only get like one more of these streams.
Maybe another stream. I don't have the energy right now.
Correct.
The narrative that pisses me off the biggest is when other stars on other teams come up short or fail to advance in the playoffs. You know, Donovan Mitchell has a shitty game. Bradley Beal looks like shit yesterday. Rattle off the names. And we mock them for it relentlessly. And we say, oh, haha, the Miami Heat got to the finals with undrafted free agents. But, these guys have never gotten there at all. So why should we bring them to our team? Because they can't get there. But in the next sentence, they will say, Eric Spoelstra is the greatest coach in the league, talent maximizer. He gets the most out of anyone. He can win with Publix employees. Which is it? Because if you give Eric Spoelstra Donovan Mitchell, and he's currently making Duncan Robinson look like a competent NBA player, what do you think he's going to do with Donovan Mitchell? He made LeBron James look at the best he ever has in his career.
What are you doing? Oh, this fake.
Show me. Brother, can I speak? Oh, I don't know what's going on with my TV right now, but it's dark. Brother, I witnessed that up close and personal. I've never seen so many individuals who can't dribble a basketball.
Cashiers.
Patty Mills, brother. The man behind me said, we should have been had Patty Mills in. At least he's a dog. I was like, that is a poodle. Bro. That team, bro, like, yo, I knew this team was bad, bro. But to watch it up close and personal, and I got home so fast because the boy had the parking pass underneath the stadium. So they send you out the opposite way where you don't got to go to a track. But yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, to see that up close and personal, bro, like, This gonna shock y'all a little bit. I was like, okay, him doing all he could do. And then like I'm watching everybody play, and I'm like, Tyler looks competent compared to like everybody else, bro. That's how bad it was, bro. I was like, yo. But yeah. Thoughts from the game at the arena.
How you let Derek White get 38, Dale?
Brother, I tried.
He got Porzingis, allegedly. Allegedly.
On the roof with it. Rooftop. Snipe. Rooftop. Snipe. Hey. Yeah. We leaving here with something. So I'm leaving here with what Ben had 25, 17, and 5. And I'm leaving here with a Let's Go Heat t-shirt. Mickey went back to back on these boys. You would think he was from the 6. He went back to back t-shirts, bro. He heard the people. But he ain't giving y'all nothing on that roster. So
he got smoked. He got smoked by 20 both times.
He knows he's only got to pay for 2 shirts this time.
Stone, the nastiest narrative that you've heard going around on Heat Twitter today.
That this team's headed to Cancun. They don't deserve Cancun. They don't deserve a swamp in the Everglades. But that's where I would send them. Let's see that culture fight it out with the alligators. Fun fact, if Tyler Herro were to walk on his arms,
Konnichiwa.
Thank you.
一支后卫，身高6尺10，身披10号战袍，本西蒙斯。
To the outside, tracked down by Adebayo with just under 7 minutes to go in the fourth. They have matched their largest lead.
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. It won't be long before you're playing point guard for the Guangdong Tigers. You trash-ass motherfucker. Fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
Holy shit, bro. That boy added a new one in the rotation that I had one time. That shit, boy. Look, dog, all I'll say is, bro, this is all I say, dog. Like, this team has shown us repeatedly who they are. And the narratives are interesting. He said you guys are watching Shogun. For sure. Mariko Summer is the GOAT. Fuck is you, Tim, man.
But Sheltman legit took the real narrative that was gonna piss me off. Like I can't stand what people are saying about like, oh, look at this star fall out, look at that star fall out, and like acting like Eric Spoelstra wouldn't give you the very best version of that star. Like, I mean, he's making art with macaroni. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just like Barry is my guy, but he had the audacity to say Donovan Mitchell's never been to a finals and Tyler Herro has. I would do a 1-for-1 swap, but not more than that. Like what the fuck are we doing?
So, like, Basement Barry be going crazy sometimes, but sometimes he be off the reservation. Like
someone tweeted out today that Nikola Jovic has he's the only person in the league with his skill set. The only one.
Your point?
Yeah. I compared him to
he's spat.
I compared him to Simone Fontecchio in a quote tweet.
How dare you?
Right after that.
That's because you're nasty.
And this person had like 47 followers, so they weren't doing it for engagement farming. They were just that stupid.
They just believe that.
Hey, can I get a takeoff? Because I was never like the biggest Jason Tatum hater. Like, I always like, oh, he cool, he be open. and he still be hooping. But after watching that game, bro, hell no. That nigga get to be a role player sometimes, bro. And his team gonna win, like, convincingly, bro. Like, seeing it up close, I'm like, bro, I kept like mid-third, I looked up, I'm like, damn.
Ain't doing shit.
I was like, this nigga got like 13 points. I'm like, where all that scoring coming from? And I'm like looking around, and they've changed like the visuals on how they, you know how they used to just put the names and points and you can just run it. They actually have like faces now, and like, you know,
like
they
that's
didn't upgrade it. Yeah, then I saw it. It said Derek White 22 points, and I was like, nigga, what? Since when? I did not notice Derek White scoring that many points. But yeah, bro, like Tatum, if he don't win a chip this year, bro, I will, from here on out after the season, I will pack him up, bro. Like every chance, I'm a certified Tatum hater after the season, bro. Cause nah, bro, like nigga he be chilling, bro.
Yeah, bro. He gets
a lot
of times like
the biggest margin for error of any quote unquote superstar like in this league, bro. Like in quite some time, probably since Steph in like 2016.
And he pushes off literally every drive. Like there's at least one push off with those long ass arms. I see it.
Somebody said Tatum is flea market mellow.
No, it's kind of funny because remember, Tatum, as we've been saying for some time now, this is the kind of guy who could blow up for 50, but then go an entire half in a playoff game without scoring a basket. Now, could you imagine if Kobe had done that during his heyday, or if D Wade had done that in a big playoff game during his heyday? It's insane. But in this relatively low IQ, unfortunate, like in this low IQ social media basketball hooper casual fan age, people just overlook that like it's nothing, or they pretend like it's not there. Or the moment he hits a jumper, it's like, oh man, see, that's why he's on his way. By the way, Jaylen Brown has about 6 more months until he's a fraud. I know y'all saw that Taylor Works video.
But Ricky, I got a yes or no question for you. I only want you to answer yes or no, and then I want you to kind of like sit and think about it. Because you said something about IQ. Do you think the overall IQ of the NBA is lowering, like the players? The basketball IQ of players in today's current NBA, like, is it dissipating? It feels like they're making the game easier because players don't understand like more complex. I don't want an extended answer. I just want yes or no.
Yes.
We'll talk about it after the show, though. We'll talk about it after the show.
I think it explains why 40-year-old LeBron can win games in the playoffs still.
I agree, Ricky. I agree. WNBA is going in the opposite direction than the NBA right now. Let's talk. I don't want to talk about the next game. I don't really want to talk about adjustments because I don't think there's anything that Miami can really adjust to in here. Just know that, like, starting next game, everything will be about transactions with us, bro. Like, the post-game show will be a formality, but we will not be even talking about the game. We will be talking about trading people. And like, that's kind of where my mind is right now. So like all the content that we're going to be making, it's going to be geared towards kind of like moving on from this season. Like, I'm done with it, to be honest with you, dog. Like, if they continue it, cool. Like, if they just so happen to extend this one more game, fine. That gives us one more opportunity to kind of like share these post-game shows with you guys, which has been awesome. So appreciate you guys who've been with us all season, because this has been awesome to kind of grow and sharing this experience with you guys. But if they end it all, then it's cool. Like, we still gonna be making content. It's just gonna be pack after pack after pack after pack. I'm gonna do scenarios where everybody on this team is on a different roster, not just the usual suspects. So like, get ready for that. Y'all prepare yourselves for that. No use talking about next game. Like I said, we're not gonna do that, but we will be here on playback for sure. You can catch us on playback during the game. We'll try and make sure that we keep that going after these games stop, like to have the conversations in the middle of the day whenever we can find time or whatever. Yes, sir. My boy Dolphin. pulling up one time, Dolphin. We appreciate it. He's been here forever. That's Dolphin Reed. That's who that is. Dolphin, you should change your YouTube name to Dolphin so people know who you are. But yeah, we'll get to all that though. But make sure y'all check us out on playback during the games. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube and like this video for after the game content. And some content in between too. Like we got the Random Scrub Heat podcast that's being put up here. We got Struggle Mills that we put up here for a little while, but eventually be switching over to the Twitch channel. Just a bunch of things, but we're going to have more kind of like non-game content being put up where we're just discussing the team, how we feel like it can be better, some of the general ideas some of the general conversations that you're seeing going on Heat Twitter. We'll start having them on here. But yeah, thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Oh, what's up? So
one more narrative that didn't get addressed is this idea that Heat fans.
I ain't give Ricky and Kendal a chance to go, so I'll let them do that after you say this.
I was going to say that Heat fans would have traded D Wade. Like that narrative that's getting spread around is so disgusting, and it makes me mad. Like trying to equate any players on this roster to D Wade, suggesting that the people that want star players on their team would have been totally happy with a Shaq, Odom, and Butler trio. It's all nasty and disgusting, and I don't care if you have faxes, printed pages, receipts, telegrams. Like, you're just a bitch. I'm sorry.
Stone tablets.
Y'all know who the fuck he talking about. I generally do not do that. I will not do it. I will not condone or condemn what Stone just said. Y'all know what it is. We know what it is. It's all cool to me.
Can I ask Ricky a question as a segue into his
sure
his narrative?
Sure.
Ricky, do you remember what Dwayne Wade said after the Heat lost to the Celtics in 2010? I believe it was the game after his 46-point game where they lost in Boston. Do you remember what he said?
I never want to feel like this again.
He said this would be his last first-round exit for a while.
Yeah, and it didn't hurt that he was scheduled to become a free agent that summer. I believe it was the summer of 2010, if I'm not mistaken, when most of online Heat fandom was born. If I'm not mistaken, the Heat had a significant amount of cap space and flexibility heading into that summer. And from what I remember, certain moves were made.
Not to cut you off, there was one additional piece to that quote. He said, "We've got some work to do. The front office has work to do. You just have to see things being done, being accomplished." I mean, why would Dwayne Wade question this front office? Does he not know that they're better at their job than he is? Like, why would he have the audacity to do that?
Can I think I might have an answer for you, Sheltman. Because after what we saw we saw this team do in 2006, and after what was done after that 2006 team completely checked out, there was almost nothing done the offseason of 2007, aside from Ricky Davis.
So you're saying the front office isn't right about everything 100% of the time? Like, they can be wrong occasionally?
Oh, well, here's what I know about the front office being wrong. It was this front office that prioritized Hassan Whiteside and Kevin Durant in the summer of 2016, while their franchise player, after witnessing Kobe Bryant get a sweetheart $42 million contract to finish his career.
But they know more than us. Like, they're better at their jobs than anything will ever be in life, right?
I will say that the front office is governed by fallible human beings who are prone to making mistakes, as we saw approximately 7 years ago this summer.
Well, I hate to tell you, you're wrong. They are right about everything. They can never be wrong about anything. No, you're just a guy.
Okay.
But you are wrong in this case. Okay. And unfortunately, I don't make that narrative. That's somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. He's about to do it. You can say Sharon Rochester's name. We don't give a fuck about him. Like he's weird.
He's weird.
Ricky,
I don't care how many 14-year-old girls you coach. Like that's just fucking stupid.
He's a strange guy. Ricky, what's the weirdest narrative that you seen going around on Twitter about basketball?
The weirdest narrative on Twitter
about the Heat specifically.
Oh, about the Heat. That it's one that I've engaged in a great deal. Is that we should just overlook the fact that even when LeBron James was here, the lower bowl had patches of empty seats that all we get are excuses and ad hominem attacks instead of accountability for the same franchise that has witnessed this problem exist from the time the building was even erected. Yeah, go ahead, write that one down. And yet, despite all that,
that's your bottom dollar, buddy.
Yeah,
$0.
So, yeah, and quite frankly, it's an eyesore. It doesn't look good, and this is, I guess, my narrative. It wouldn't surprise me if that contributed to why certain players left.
I agree. 1,000%. Want to thank the nasty man with the $20 dono. Say, quick question: if the Heat were able to get Levine and D. Mitch, how would y'all feel?
That would be the kind of deal the Suns did last summer.
Like a pig in mud.
Yeah, if we get both,
that's
a
like
pig
the
in
Suns
mud.
deal.
Yeah,
No,
like
it
a pig in slop.
That doesn't help the team.
I would be happy as shit.
The Suns do not have Eric Spoelstra, and those are real NBA basketball players.
You're telling me I don't have to watch. You're telling me I don't have to watch the corpse of Patty Mills step on the court ever again?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you get two explosive guards,
I don't even care if Levine's knee is exploded.
Just the fact
Get him
that
here.
dribble.
He will be a spot-up shooter here. Like I don't.
He will be Derek White.
Yeah, like,
on a $40 billion contract.
I do not care at all, brother. I would love it. Kendal, nastiest narrative that you've seen on Twitter about the Heat.
Bruh, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like every here and now and then I see something, but I don't be locked in like that, bro, about this team and what other people say. I'm so past the point where it's like if someone like adds me and I see it and I feel like arguing because I like doing that, like to keep my skills sharp. When I have to really go up against real like sharks in the water,
hitters.
You feel me? Like it's some real hitters out here who make me like think when it comes to like talking sports and stuff. But it's like for this fan base, bro, like stupid as fuck, bro. Their minds have been like manipulated. I don't want to call them stupid. I just feel like the fan base mind has been manipulated to the point where it's just like just believe like a mindset instead of like no, like let's cheat, quote unquote, to win. Like
what is this, an episode of Ted Lasso?
We're trapped in a Disney movie narrative. It is disgusting.
I don't know shit about Ted, no lassos, but all I know is that it's a lot of assholes on that Heat roster, bro, because them boys stink. Like I can't, bro. Like that was nasty, bro. I was in row 4, like watching that, bro. Like
flex on them all,
bro. It's like I never seen people like not like talent, bro. Like that's just the nastiest thing. If I had to give you an agenda, it's I can never seen a fan base like not like talent, bro. Like I find it absolutely insane.
Look, guys, I know there are some people like you. I know you don't agree with nothing that we've said, but like, it doesn't really matter, bro. Like, the proof is in the pudding. This team is not good enough, and all of you guys who tried to hope and pray and wish your team into being better, it did not work. Where did talent get to the Warriors and Suns? The talent got
4
Warriors
championships.
Bro, wait. Can I say
4 of them?
Can I say something, dog? Like, well, I know I can. I'm big dog. But
come on,
like, bro, where have we gotten to this place where we give a fuck about other people failing so much?
Why does that matter?
It has nothing to do with my process, bro. That's like saying, let's put in. Let me try to dumb it down. Let me do something stupid. They're like fantasy football. Okay, so the third pick in the draft of this past season took Tyreek Hill, but they finished 6 and 7 and didn't make the playoffs. 6 people passed on Tyreek Hill in the first round. There are no running backs. I think I'll take Brandon Ayuk. Why? Why would you do that?
Because Brandon Ayuk the GOAT.
He is nice. He's a nice player. But I tried to not make it that far. But why would you pass on Tyreek Hill in the fantasy draft? Because last year, who took him didn't win.
This is another thing. Like, to say fans are delusional is wrong. People should choose to support their team, win or lose. Fans don't run the organization we support. Should we storm fucking Biscayne and burn shit down?
Yes.
Wait, Royal, hold on. Can I do this?
Where were you on January 6th, Cruz, man?
Go ahead, Ricky.
No, because here's the thing, man. Like, you know what I'm reminded of? I'm reminded of that Boondocks episode where Huey was so pissed off at this unconditional support for R. Kelly. It's like, if you really support R. Kelly, get some help for R. Kelly. Get some counseling. Hold him accountable. If you're not holding someone you love accountable, are you really helping them? Are you really showing your love for them? Because here's the thing, man. Like, I'm not saying stop going to games and all that other stuff, because quite frankly, to have a sports franchise in your neighborhood, it's a privilege in many respects. Not everybody has that in their community, right? But here's the thing.
That is not a neighborhood, Ricky.
You know what I'm talking about, but I recognize it, Kendal. But look, because here's the thing, right? We can support this team. We can also be upset or express displeasure when they don't hold up their side of the bargain. Because here's the thing. They expect us to come to games, cheer, establish a huge, very inhospitable atmosphere for opposing teams. But we have to have a reason to go watch the game. We have things to do. Why would I want to pay money out of my wallet that I work hard for just to go watch a team get scrubbed?
Ricky, to your point, not even the money, bro. The time. You just spoke about, the fans not showing up, bro. I left my crib, bro, at 6:15. I didn't get in my seat until 7:45 because there is one exit.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2B.
Mm-hmm.
Exit 2B. And everybody, you know how traffic is. People on the 2 lanes over, they're going to try to get over. They're going to go all the way down. Bro, so it's shit like that. And money. And time. It's like,
so let me continue that, right? Because here's the thing. Kendal was at the game tonight. I had the opportunity to go to the game tonight. I was offered tickets. And I checked to see what the price of those tickets in that particular area was. It was like $340. Now, let me ask you something. For our viewers out there, $340. Can you just come off of $340 like it's none? I mean, some of y'all got it. Sure, no problem. God bless y'all, right? But why would I pay $340 to get stuck in Miami traffic, to sit in an arena that, quite frankly, has needed a renovation for about 15 years now, and then watch my home team get scrubbed by like 20 or 30 points? No, I wasn't. By 20 or 30 points.
And my narrative was.
And like, what are we doing? Why would I want to come see that when I could just stay at home up here in Boca and just be like, oh, well, that sucks. Oh, all right, I'll just go make myself a sandwich or order a pizza or something. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you're throwing these tickets at us. You're saying this is how much we got to pay. But the product doesn't reflect that. This team has been a playing team since the bubble. Or say for that 1 year they went 53-29, right? But like, what am I seeing? Okay, I'm not watching the Nuggets. I'm not watching LeBron. I'm not watching the Lakers. I mean, it's LA. Whatever, they can do whatever they want. I ain't talking about that. I'm not watching a novelty act. Like, I'm not watching Wemby play. Give me a reason to come and watch this team maybe win.
You're not even watching NBA players. Like that. That's
These are graduated G League players, exactly. So it's like, exactly. Why would I want to take now? There's somebody I'm trying to take there, but that's something else altogether. Like,
relax yourself, goddammit. I'm trying to let you cook, but you're making it hard for me, Ricky.
Ooh.
I got it. I got it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not going.
Give me a product to want to go watch.
So this is my thing. Jay Royals, I know kind of like your overarching point. Like your thing is this whole team is injured. If they weren't, then we would have had a chance or whatever. But brother, like that's the problem. Like you can always find an excuse for this team underachieving, bro. Like they are always there, bro. There's always an injury here. There's always an injury there. Some shit like that. Like
no team is perfect health 85 games into the season. No one.
And even
they all are dealing with shit.
Games in 7 years.
Even still though, like if you want to chalk this up to bad luck, like real talk, like you can make yourself believe that this fully healthy team would have beaten the Boston Celtics. You can try to make yourself believe that. But we've known fully healthy. We've seen it. Fully healthy during the regular season. This team was not playing to the level of, like they were playing down to the level of competition, weren't always rising to the occasion when they was playing elite competition. Like this team, this is a bad team. And I think it's okay to say that. And I think it's okay to hold them accountable for the decisions that they made that created this bad team. That's all we're going to do.
We couldn't beat the Pacers in a must-win game, and we couldn't beat the Sixers in a must-win game, and that was with everyone. So
no, we didn't see this version of the team beat the Celtics. We seen Gabe Vincent, but this is what I'm saying. Like you can convince yourself of all these things. Like we've seen them beat the Celtics. You've never seen this version of the Miami Heat beat the Celtics.
72 you see the not go undefeated in the playoffs. Somebody
you see the name on the front of the jersey and you think that it's copy paste season after season when the names on the back of the jersey are completely different from year to year.
Shit happens.
The Celtics are better than last year. They got Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, even though he hurt himself this game.
Brother,
the Heat were told we were told they were deeper this year than they were last year. If they're deeper this year than last year, they should be able to overcome Jimmy Butler's absence. In some fashion.
Again.
In some fashion, they should be able to It doesn't have to be that they sweep the Celtics, they beat the Celtics in 5. Make the games look competitive. If you're a deeper team, Jimmy Butler shouldn't be everything to the team.
We're not,
but you're treating him like he is.
We're
Be
not
smart and honest with your support.
Yeah, we're not condemning fans for supporting the team or even being optimistic about the team. That is your prerogative, like you're saying, bro. It is our prerogative not to share your sentiments. It's our prerogative not to share your sentiments. Like we don't view the team the way that you do. We feel like our version of support is by holding them accountable for their inactivity in terms of making this team what they've marketed it to be. We've grew up with this team telling us that they compete for championships every year. When they do anything to the contrary, we will hold their ass accountable for doing that. And that's just the reality of how this is going to work. Now, if you don't want to hear that, don't fucking watch. Like I keep telling y'all bitches this. And don't fucking watch this show. There are plenty of platforms out there that will speak to your fandom. Go watch them. Don't come in here complaining about the way that we choose to express our fandom. Like it's useless. Like it's useless, brother.
You know what it is, Royal? Here's the thing I can promise y'all. Oh yeah, one last thing. I promise. Here's one thing I can promise you as someone that's been working with these dudes for quite some time. We might tell you a joke, but we're not gonna tell you a lie. Royal might, but most of us are not gonna tell you a lie. Okay. We're not gonna lie to you. We're not here we don't need access. We're not trying to suck up to anybody.
I got to get one last thing in here. The year they were the 1 seed, Bam, Jimmy, and Tyler Herro missed more games than they did this year.
Give me just 1 second. We're not trying to do what up to nobody, Richard?
I believe the word suck was used.
Don't worry. It's 4K. We paid for the package.
Amazing.
We paid for the package with the 4K, King. You know what I'm saying? It's going to capture you.
Pay for the package.
Woo-hoo!
Wow. Wow.
Play the video, Justin!
Nixon 6.
Nah, keep going.
Justin,
oh, that's symmetry. I didn't even plan that.
Justin.